Which one did you say?
I'm gonna try for regular.
You gonna try for where are they? Okay. You can try for regular. What's our photographer's name again? John, what are you going for? The picture?
The one Jonathan's got it, and then
huh?
it's the same one Jonathan's.
The regular, guys. That's boring.
Man, you need to talk to me.
Okay. Hey.
All right, you guys are gonna get to taste this too. This is my latest little baby. You guys are gonna get in the mix with me today.
They've been wrapped.
They've been wrapped.
My name is Arkita. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. What can we expect from season 2? I know we have some new cast members coming on, but what else can we expect from
Well, you know, we have a couple of new cast members, but all of the returning cast. Last season, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible, outrageous, crazy, over the top. What could they possibly do to top this?
Right.
This season is better than last. Well, Atlanta blew the ratings out of the box. Absolutely. But the funny part is, everybody thought New York was a dismal failure. New York rated better than New York last season. Atlanta was an anomaly. That was lightning in a bottle. Right? I can only hope to be able to do it again this season.
How do you feel about people kind of criticizing you for saying that you exploit Black women or Black people in general? And what contribution do you feel like this show makes to African American culture?
What I don't subscribe to is being judgmental. So I'm not here again to tell anybody that the way they choose to live their life and the life that they're living isn't worthy of something. And I think that there's a lot of hypocrisy out there and a lot of soapboxing. These women exist, their lives exist. And again, never said that this was the total definitive picture of all African American women the world over. This is love and hip hop. I have navigated this world for the 20 years of my career, so I am probably as qualified as most to talk about what happens in this world. So I'm like, so what are we saying exactly? Not that this isn't true, but that we should sweep it under the rug and act like it don't exist. One thing I'll say, you know, and I say it sometimes jokingly, is, Emily, he's claiming you now on that red carpet. Christy, you got that ring. You know what I'm saying? So there are, if the benefit is financial, if it's about financial independence, it's about leveraging your brand and now having an opportunity to sell whatever it is you want to sell to the masses. It's a give and take. It's a transaction. Open up, give of your life, make compelling television, and then you now have a platform. People might want to choose to see just the negative, but I think that that's narrow-minded, because at the end of the day, just because I don't tell these stories doesn't mean they're going to cease to exist.
Could you just share a day in your life, like how do you even go through the process of picking like a Jocelyn or somebody like that?
Right. Jocelyn was a gift from the reality gods. The funny thing about Jocelyn is I wasn't even anticipating meeting Jocelyn. Jocelyn, I actually was meeting with Mimi. We were in the lobby of the Melia Hotel where I usually set up shop when I'm doing these interviews. And Stevie, we were waiting for Stevie to come and meet us. And when he came in, my partner came in and we were talking to them. And I said, oh yeah, by the way, did you meet, you know, Mimi, and this is Stevie. And Mimi is Stevie's girlfriend. And he pulls me to the side and he's like, well, if Mimi's his girlfriend, who's the chick he was making out with in the parking lot? And it turned out to be Jocelyn. So I pulled Stevie aside. I was like, okay, who was the chick you came with? You know, and that's how I ended up finding out about Jocelyn and meeting Jocelyn. It wasn't like I went after her, you know. But sometimes it's just by chance, like that. But and it's just, you know, referrals or somebody saying, oh, you need to know. If I meet somebody that's dynamic, I might say, okay, are there any more where you came from? Organic relationships are best. They're easier to build story from because, you know, you have actual things that are happening. There are actual connections there, rather than putting strangers in a room and saying, get to know each other.
You have Gossip Dance coming up.
Yes,
which
I do.
has some very interesting ladies.
Right.
How did you guys pick the cast for Gossip Dance?
That was just a interview process, reaching out. It was via, you know, referrals. Because, you know, it's so funny that I get hit with by bloggers all the time going like, why didn't I get on there? I'm much more interesting than, I'm like, listen, hopefully in success in many future seasons, we'll have an opportunity. It was just through the process of connecting and, you know, 6 degrees of separation. And we tried to also represent different mediums as well. I walked into the situation thinking that it was a pecking order. You know, you have your TV and radio journalists, and then you've got the freelance people who do print stuff, and then there are the bloggers, kind of. Almost like they were at the bottom of the totem pole, but what I realized is that all of the folks in all the different areas kind of get their news from the bloggers, because blogging has become kind of the medium of choice for disseminating information. So they're probably a little bit more important than people want to give them credit for.
So will there be men rotating on the show as well?
I haven't found the guys yet. We haven't put any guys on this season, but I have gotten a lot of flack for that. Like, guys are like, we're out here too. No, we don't have any men represented. We have some husbands and we have some significant others, but we don't have any men who do this. Although Chuck Creekmore does make more than one cameo appearance. All hip hop in the house. Yeah.
You thought about moving beyond reality?
Absolutely. Yes, I started in reality, and then I started in hip hop, and then now I've moved into doing the gossip game. I have another show that I'm doing for Bravo called Taking Atlanta, and then I've got scripted projects that I'm working on as well, and I've got a film, The Promise Keeper, that I'm developing. I wanted to make a statement. When you see a woman, a guy, whatever, with a mix in hand, it says something about them. Progressive, forward-thinking. It's like the iPhone, right? Everybody had to have it. I want this to become that beverage of choice.
I wanted to ask you about the impact of Chris Lighty's death, because I know that happened in the midst of all of the different shows you have going on and everything else you've going on, and having helped build Violator into what it was.
Everything came to a screeching halt. It's true what they say, because Chris and I had been a little bit estranged. I'd moved on to do Mon Ami. We still knew. I always figured that sometime down the road we'll see each other at an award show and we'll sit down and catch up. And in the days leading up to his death, I had kind of strange middle of the night, kind of, I was waking up. I actually can verify this story because I called Busta on the first night and was like, yo, how's Chris? When it happened, I just kind of dived right in. It was like no time had passed. There was nothing I wouldn't have done to make sure that his homegoing was, as perfect as it should have been.
Hi, I'm Rhea from All Hip Hop. Hi.
Oh, no wonder you did the whoop whoop.
I have a question. I know that you've been in the industry a long time, and as Love and Hip Hop and Gossip Game will be platforms for artists and people in the media, what do you think about the current state of hip hop? It's changed since you've been in the game.
I just don't feel like there's anything that we're going to remember 10, 15 years from now. There's nothing that we're going to be citing. There are no lyrics that are going to resonate. There's nothing that's going to change our lives in a way that's going to, prolong this movement that was started with the words. If you don't continuously feed something in a way that allows it to continue to grow, eventually it dies, Where are the legacy artists? Where are the artists that we're going to be quoting years from now?